Hello everyone. Today's session we will go and we in one of the previous session I have shown you Hibernate configuration, JDBC configuration, connecting to database through Java program. In this session, what I will do, I will integrate Spring with Hibernate. My previous session I have explained Spring IOC, Spring AOP, how to integrate Spring Java framework. So now you got an idea how to proceed further with Spring. You know. See, when you are doing full stack development, this is how it works. Right? Spring, Hibernate, Java, and other framework they get integrated, creating a full-fledged product. So here in this session, today's session, I will show you how we can integrate Spring Hibernate, taking that same pretty old project, you know, which I created in some of the previous session, Hibernate project. I will take that and I will integrate Spring to it. Then I will have a main method to test it. You can write unit test cases to test it. I will show you in one of the session how to write unit test cases, not now, maybe at the in future. So you can have a main method to test it. And if everything is working properly, that means your Spring Hibernate integration is done. And after that, what I will do in the same project, I will create service layer and leave that there. After creating the service layer, maybe in coming future session, I will create a REST API, and that REST API will get integrated with the service layer, invoking the methods from the service. And REST API is an application, will be a product, or is an REST API is kind of service which will provide uh, a kind of contract to the consumer who is going to call it. Right? The RML is the contract, right? So what will happen now? Once we finish the REST API, the integration of REST API with the service layer and then the database layer, the whole service layer is done with an interface of REST API or REST with an interface REST. And then in front end, we'll have some kind of a screen, might be authentication screen, and then logging to the page, search, the person, and then update a person. A kind of maybe few operations on a single page and a logout button. So that is how your full stack development happens. If you want, you can expand this small project to your own requirement, right? Whatever you needed for your, or we can you can add your business case to implement and expand this project to make a big and full-fledged project. So let me go and start integrating this Hibernate project, which I had in previous session on the previous session. See, today here I'm going with Eclipse. First of all, I'll create a project, right? So before that, let me share my screen. You will not be able to see otherwise what I'm doing. Let me share my screen. Yeah. So see now how you're going to integrate this. This is software development is not that difficult. I started creating full-fledged project or a product from my high school time when I was in ICSC using basic programming language. I created a employee management, payroll employee management system. So similarly, it's not a big, it's not big deal to create a full-fledged product using software programming languages. If you have a little bit of mind, you use your mind, you can do it. Again, Google is there. If you have any issue, any error you found, you are writing the program, Google will always help you. You take the error, put it in Google, and you get always the information. Right? This is so advanced nowadays. So advanced, you get all kind of information from search engines. Right? If you search it. So just see I will, I had done a POC kind of thing yesterday while integrating. I know don't take that project because I want to tell you how to create a new project, no new project and get all the stuffs, old stuffs into that project and then continue from there. So what we will do, we'll create a new project. I'm closing all that we have here. You know, Doing Hibernate integration will do, write a project, create a new project. I'm taking Maven active. Same thing, right? Right, yesterday what I created the same thing I'm going to create. Here the package, the group ID or the package I'll give or the com dot example dot let's say something I'll give. At this time I'll give my name, Satya, right? Then dot. After that it will be service, whatever it is, right? I will give. Here I will give SPR, Hyper, SPR, Highway Spring, Hibernate integration, INP, right? And I will do finish. This package is not required. Package here it is given this is not required. That I will create based on my requirement. Finish. So see what I will do. Rather wasting time, I will copy this pom.xml from my previous project because it's the same pom.xml what I configured yesterday to come out of all the dependencies. So that pom.xml I will copy after this get project get created, and also we'll copy the your I'll copy the application context section. Right here we'll go with a mix of application context and XML and annotation based. We'll go both of them together. So first, while until unless the REST API is integrated, we'll follow the implementation of XML with annotation. Once the REST API is integrated, we will see what we can do to make it more better. So this is the old project which I created for myself, and here I'm creating the new project. SPR Hibernate. This is the project, right? So first I will take the form.xml. First I'll take the form.xml. I'm taking the form.xml. See, I'm using um, 17 version, Java 17 version. The reason behind that, Spring support that, Spring 6. Now let's go to the project here. This is the project, right? Yeah, see, this is the project which I got created. SPR, Hibernate integration. I'll paste everything here. Yeah. So the Maven thing is done. Now let's close the Maven. Then what I will do, in this project we will have source, then we will have main, then Java, then resources, right? So I will take this application context and this log4j to XML to the this HRP Hibernate project. I will put here resources, right? Okay, then I'll paste it here in the resources. So we have application context XML log4j XML, right? Active folder is not required. It is creating confusion, right? So let's remove this active folder and I haven't told. I don't know why these are coming earlier. This won't come when you create a Maven project. And then maybe I'm doing something wrong, or maybe some configuration went wrong while creating the project. Leave it. We should worry now what actually we're looking for rather creating any. And the main, then there should be Java folder. right? So let me create the Java folder. Now, first I'll create all the packages that I'm looking for, right? So let me open the pom.xml of this particular project, string event integration. So here com.example dot what I created here, example dot Satya, right? And then after that, whatever we want, we will have the group ID is Satya. So when we will integrate the REST API, we will change this to something else, which will look like a project, rather having the name. Pom.xml thing is done. Now let me go and create packages here in this particular SRC main Java, right? Spring Hibernate project. So I'm creating packages. What is this Java package? So here here the package, right? This is com.satya.service. One where your service interface and service classes will be there. That will be service package. And then the next package will be com.example.satya.dao, where you will have data access objects, right? Data layer. Then one more package will be where you have your value objects, data transfer object or DTO, right? Then one more package where you can keep your logging aspects or logging information. So this is logging, right? Then what else we can have? I'll create one more package for main method. It's not required, but I will create. Okay, these are packages. This is the minimal required packages which you need to have, right? So I will complete. I have copied the. I have to copy the classes from the Hibernate project, right? Which I had shown in previous session, because we are going to modify that to get into our this new thing. So let me open that Hibernate project. This is JDBC Hibernate project. Right? If you are following my all the sessions, you will be able to do it. What I am doing today. Go and watch JDBC Hibernate. Look for the videos. If you have not watched it, watch it. You will understand now what I am doing. See from here, DO classes. I will take this I% DO, right, and put it in SPR Hibernate project. Here in DO, I'll put that. Let me first put all of them, then we will edit it. Right. And then I'll go to the main class. I'll take the main Hibernate. It is for testing, right? I'll paste it in main. So I don't have service there, right? I directly only had DO layer. I've never had a service layer there. Now value object. Value object is the person object, right? I will take that person object. I'll put it in here. Right? This is how the person object I have taken. I have taken the main method. I have taken the DO classes. So here we are seeing in DO classes some error. Let me go and rectify it. So there will be some import so import error. We can rectify it. So I rectified in I%D, and then here also we have to rectify it. Here also got rectified. Now there is one more class called Hibernate utility get session, right? We need to get this also. So let me go and get that class from that particular Hibernate project. Yes, this is the project. The DO classes we have taken. 9 Hibernate we have taken. Then util. In util what all classes we have? Hibernate util. So let us take this. I don't need, I don't need, let me create one more package. I don't need the XML access to classes from that package. So I'm not looking into that. So let me get a package to place this file, right? We don't have package util. from dot example dot satya dot okay. Right, let me put it here. Yeah. So I just modified the package from util to utils, right? And let me see it here. There is some error here again, right? So let me do fix it. This error, yeah, the error is also fixed. Hibernate utils error is fixed. What you can do, you can press Control Shift O to fix this error. This error will get fixed. In main Hibernate in person you have one error. You have to fix it. See what is the error? The import of Hibernate util. And if you do Control Shift O, it will automatically find the Hibernate util class from that particular project, and it will alter the import statement. So let's go now to main Hibernate. Here will be some import error. The person and person do Control Shift O, right? So this is how we modified. We brought all the packages from Hibernate JDBC program, and we modified them. Basically we altered or edited to fix the error. Now this is what I have done, and I modified it. I fixed it, right? The error, and now let's go further in integrating Spring. See, for integrating Spring, I will tell you. Let's go to main Hibernate. What this main Hibernate class is doing? If you remember this main Hibernate class, let me maximize the screen. It is not meant, sorry, Hibernate util. What this Hibernate util class is doing? This Hibernate util class is getting us the get session, or it is creating a session factory and then getting the session object for us to do the transaction in person DAO class. Right here we are calling that line number 18. If you see, we are calling it get session, and in line number 20 we are returning the session. Right. This is how we are doing. So what I will do now here. uh, This is how you should also do, right? Anyway, when I'm saying we are doing it, is I am only, no one else is here. So I have an habitude of working with my team members as a team lead, as a manager, as a senior engineering manager, as an architect. At the end when I left my job, I was engineering manager. So as a senior engineering manager, always I had that practice of telling we. So here also I'm telling we. So whenever I say we, it means me. In this particular video, because no one is watching. I am the guy who is creating this video for you all students, those who requested me. In my place, Keonjhar, some of the students they requested me. Here also some of the students in Karnataka, Bangalore, they also asked me, sir, Satya, can you upload some videos so that it will help us, to learn a full stack development in Java. So I told, okay, see, I will create a flow and I will upload it. You can not very soon, but last year they said me, and I am doing it this year because I have enough time now. I'm applying for job enough time, so I got the time to do it. I create it and upload it. I'm uploading it. Watch it, even if my voice is boring for you, even if I don't speak that great. Watch it. You will have lots of knowledge practically how to create a project. And if you want to learn more theory concept, always Google is available. You can learn more theory concept. I don't create PPT for technology, because in technology you will find lots of information across the Google. No, now, well, when I present it in office or company, I create a PPT, but here or some kind of presentation, some kind of note. But here, you all students, you can learn from Google. You can, and wherever the point which need to be explained, I will explain it. So here, continuing from here, see, this is IPerson.do. In what we have in IPerson.do, we have all these methods, and it is properly documented also, right? So you need to go to worry person.do is inheriting or implementing that IPerson.do, right? Now this Hibernate util class will get removed by Spring Context XML, because Spring Context XML will hold the properties or the things to create session factory, right? attributes, and elements to create session factory. Let's open that from the resource folder. See, the minimum requirement which you need to have for the for running this or for inserting, updating, delete, the running the main method, that requirements have enabled it. You know, so now see, this is data source. If you see line number 25, right? If you see line number 25, this is data source, right? And then we have class driver manager, JDBC Spring Framework, JDBC data source driver manager. So see, I am using Spring Framework, JDBC data source. You can use ORG, Apache Commons, DPCP, basic data source also. There are some other framework those who provide you to create a data source, right? If you see main Hibernate util here, whatever properties we have set here in this properties, right? The same thing will be configuring in that particular place. See, these all things will go to that particular context XML, and from there we'll get the session factory. Just see here how I'm doing it. See, in 24, 25 line number, first is driver manager. In JDBC also we create driver manager. Remember? So here also I am creating a driver manager and data source for you. Observe it. See, then we have to give the driver class name. Here is the driver class name, right? The driver class name I have added it here. Then the URL to connect the database. The same database I am using. Same data will be there, right? And then username, root, right? Password, whatever the password you have, right? So then session factory, right? Here I have given the session factory. Session factory I have created here, and then here this local session factory data source and data source. See, this session factory is nothing. What it is? This class ORG Spring Framework ORM Hibernate 5 local session factory. This is the session. This is the class. This is the interface or the layer which is going to create Hibernate session factory for us, and it's going to give us the Hibernate session factory based on the data source we have configured. And the data source property, if you see from line number 25 to 30, it is here. Right? So here what I did for the local session factory, first property should be data source, because based on the data source information, you will get a connection of connection object to connect to database, right? So first data source should be configured. See, after configuring data source, you have to configure your table elements, right? What all table you have or the entities present in the database. So that you can configure using property annotated class, right? Property annotated class. When you use property annotated class, what you do list, you have to add a list in that. In that you will have list of tables or the entity class which is referring to each individual table, right? Here com dot example dot satya dot vo dot person is referring to person table in MySQL DB, right? So this is how we create this project. See, this is before starting this session, I executed myself another program, another project, creating another project, and executed this, and that project name is SPRHIBORM, and that's why you see in line of 46 SPRHIBORM. See why I'm doing before. See, before the recording, why I'm doing that? The reason behind that is, while recording or while telling you all, I should not get into any kind of exception, and it will drag our hours, right? So that's why I'm doing it like that. And now what I did, if you see, I have copied everything from the Hibernate project. I'm just again doing the same thing for you, what I did from my side. See, after configuring, this is annotation style of configuration came later. Before annotation style of configuration, we had one more configuration that I will show you here how we used to configure Hibernate before the annotation style. That is here. Mapping confusion with HBM files. When you have HBM files, not the annotation class, you are not using annotation. Before in very early days when annotation declaration was not there, only XML type declaration was there. So we have used to you have HBM file, and HBM file will basically will be referring to the table. What I will do for your knowledge sake, I will create one HBM file if possible in this session or maybe in coming session, and I will show you. But what we will do in this particular project will go with annotated class. So older style of implementation was person.hbm with XML file. What is HBM? Hibernate mapping. It is called object relational mapping. Your object will be mapped with that HBM file will map your object to the table and its column. Right? If you that is how earlier it was defined. I will show you one HBM file configuration so you will get the clear vision how it was happening previous to annotation or prior to annotation, right? So let's go for the this is the annotated class property. You need to have it because your as a local session factory should know uh, what all classes is going to map to the table. Accordingly, he will inform Hibernate these are the classes you should map to the table. Then you have Hibernate properties, right? That Hibernate dialect, it is ORG Hibernate dialect, MySQL dialect, and Hibernate SoSQL, Hibernate HBM DDL2. These all properties is coming from here on. If you see HBM DDL2, Format SQL, SoSQL, all these are coming from here, right? So all these properties are getting configured as Hibernate properties, right? Now coming to see here why Hibernate dialect, MySQL dialect, because we are using MySQL JDBC driver and we are talking to MySQL database, so you need to have a MySQL dialect. So the queries will be uh, converted to be based on MySQL standards. So this is what your Hibernate session factory. Once you are done this, you have created your session factory, and this session factory object should be accessible to your person deo class. How it will be accessible to your person deo class? Now what we will do? We will not have this particular get session. We will not have this particular get session with this guy with this Hibernate util.get session. We will no more call Hibernate util.get session. If you remember what we used to have for IOC dependency injection, setter and getter, right? Or annotation auto add. So I will go with the XML based and later we will see what can be removed, what can be setter getter, what we need to have annotation we will do later. First, let's go with the XML based. So here private session factory, right? That is Hibernate session factory. We have to import it here because local session factory will return as Hibernate session factory. See, you will find so many session factory visible here, but it will be Hibernate session factory. If you are getting confused, yeah, org Hibernate session factory, right? Yes, org Hibernate session factory imported. Here it is session factory equal to, oh, that's all. That's all. Yeah, done, right? And here in line number 20, what we will do equal to session factory dot open session, right? We will use open session here, and this will be, and we measure this method, we will make it as static, right? Like we'll make it singleton by doing, anyway, by default it will be singleton, so no need of making static because I want a Spring will create one object for this session factory and give us. Right. So bin default configuration is session factory singleton. So now you got the session factory and you are able to open the session and get the session, right? So I want a tutorial is gone. That one file is gone from our code base. We don't need any more than file because XML is taking care of it. Right? So this is your DO layer configuration what you need to have. Then what else configuration we need to have after application context XML? Now let's go to the main Hibernate. And in main Hibernate, let's see if this is working. In main Hibernate, let's see this is working. So what I will do, I'll copy all this content of the main method. I'll create a execute method. I'll create public void execute method, and inside that I'll keep all of them. Right? So everything we brought from the main method. Why? In main method, what we will do, we will create the application context, and then we'll call this method application context equal to new class bar application context, right? And here we'll pass that application context file, application context dot xml, right? This is how it works. Then here we will get the bin dot, and then we'll pass that main class, but particularly this main Hibernate class bin, right? And then we'll get here the this is how we will get main Hibernate class or main class object. Now let's remove this. Now this main, using main, I'll call main dot execute. This is how we're calling this execute method. Right? And this new person do, right? I don't need any more new person do. Yes or no? Because I will inject this new person do. Where? I will inject this new person do. I will inject this new person do here in this class from the string context XML using dependency injection. Mm, yeah. So this is how it is. So wherever it is new, let's delete that. Wherever it is new, person do, let's delete that. Yeah, it is only in one line. I deleted. It was there in line number 34. I deleted that particular line, not required anymore. Right? So now person do. So main Hibernate class has a dependency person do. This I already configured, before doing this PC. Before coming to this session. So let's see. Yes, see person Hibernate do is the ID. So I'll make it person do, just simple. Person do, the ID. The class is also person. It's not showing. The class name is person do, right? Here DEO. The class name is person DO, and here the package will be Satya. Here also it is main Hibernate. See all are, see whatever I am showing you here. All my previous videos are related to each. That's how I am following this. At the end, this Java session will become a full stack development video session. So if you watch all these videos one after the other, you will understand what actually I am telling and where this is going. Right? So see, this is the com.example.satya.main. This is main Hibernate class. Inside that, what we have? We have the dependency of person do. So person do is injected, right? Person do is rejected here, and then person do class bin is also created. Main bin and person do bin is created, and they all are injected. And in person do bin, we have to inject the session factory because we have a session factory dependencies. So if you see, this is what the injection for person do and main Hibernate class. If I go above, this is a session factory configuration. Why I commented all this mapping configuration with HM file and this property Hibernate properties configuration, all this to show you to keep it both the type of configuration in this file. The reason behind that is whenever you pull out my project from the Git, you will find both the configurations. It depends on you which one you want to use. Okay? You can go with HBM file, you can go with another class. You can go with older style of declaration of properties and new style of declaration of properties. It depends on you which one you are going to use. That's why I kept all of them here. Now let's go to the below. And what else I need to have here in bin? I don't need anything. Now I can go and run this method. What I will do, I will go and run this method one by one. Here in log4j, I might need to change something, right? I will, because the path which I've given, the path might be referring to the older project, right? No, it is a generic path we have given. So the log file will be created inside the this particular source project root folder. Earlier, I had a path, the absolute path. So absolute path is removed. No more absolute path. Fine. So let's go to the main Hibernate. Hibernate utility class is no more required. That class we can delete. I will delete that class now from in front of you. That utility class is not required. Let that package be there. If see this Hibernate utility class, I'm deleting. Delete Hibernate utility further Java. Yes. Okay. So Hibernate utility got deleted. No more required. Only utils package is empty. If I need some utility classes, I will add to you. I will add to it. Otherwise, it is not required. Now let's go to the main class again. Yes, we're in the main. Now I will run it. I'll go step by step, right? So here, person, do shape. So in the first line number 33 to 36, we're creating a person object, right? I'll comment out all of them so that in database also you will be able to see it created the person and it exited. At the end, we performing all the operation. So here it is person creating a new record, right? It's a new record, creating a person new record. I have to start my database also. First, let me start the database. Yeah, so services.ms, you type in run prompt, you get this service. This thing. You go to MySQL, MySQL 92. Yes, so let's start it. No, I made it manually because you do not require to start all the service if you don't need it. So that's why I made it manually. You can make it manually. Whenever you are writing program or testing or checking it, you can start the service and you can continue doing the activities, right? So that's how you can do. Yeah. So this is where it went. Yeah. So it started and running. So let's go back and connect to MySQL DB, right? That also we need. We need to check. Inside the bin folder, CMD. My workbench is not working, so I am going through command prompt always. I don't know why workbench is not able to connect. MySQL hyphen u, that is user, root, then hyphen p, so it will ask password. You got connected. Now let's connect to the sample DB. Then select from select from person, right? So see here already we have a ABCD, but that is with the 9089 ID, right? Now here the ID is 6166, so it's a different one. Let me run it. Right? If all the configuration, everything matches properly, it will create a record for us. If something goes wrong, then we'll get the exception and accordingly we'll see, we will try to fix it. I will try to fix it, right? That's how I should talk now. Yeah, something is there. Bean creating bean with person you are defined in class path resource application develop property system factory of bean class satyaa bean property system factory is not writable has invalid setter method does parameter type of the setter match the return type so invalid setter method it is saying. So I think I have not generated setter method setter getter. I just created the property. See, this is system factory. Let's go down. Yeah, I have not created setter getter. So let's generate setter getter for this. Alt Shift SR. You can type in Eclipse. It will directly give you this and then generate. Let's say if you are in main Hibernate, if you have generated the person do setter getter. No, person do setter getter is also not there. So let me generate it. Alt Shift S. Good morning, Satya. Alt Shift S. Right. And here it is person do. So generate. So this is how it is. Right. My Amazon Alexa is talking something. Morning. Talking Tom by Alexa on Amazon Music. Alexa, stop. See, today morning, early morning, I wished her good morning. Today, now she is wishing me good morning. What to do? Yeah, morning she replied once, good morning. Now again she is replying. So this is now the configuration we have done, like person do, right? This is the person do. That is what we need here. And in person do class, we need the shutter getter for session factory. This is what getter and this is what setter. So let's go and run it again. Yeah, it successfully completed the execution, right? So if you go to the database and select it, if it is there, then you come to know. Yeah, 6166 record is there, right? At the second line. That is what we inserted now. If you compare the top table and below table, this record was not there, right? Now we'll go and perform the next operation. What is this next operation is doing? Next operation is fetching, you know, list of object. What is there? It is doing retrieve all. Then this is retrieving all, and it is printing into logger info. Right. What is log4j configuration is there? Trace level. So, trace. Let's make it info. Right. Please info. Right. What else is there? We need to change nothing. Now, let me go back to the uh, main Hibernate. Here it is retrieving and it is printing. Right. We'll run this also. Person do dot in line number 60 and line number 53. Both of them will execute together, right? And then it is an update and all other steps we will see. First, let me comment out this piece of code, yeah, and comment out this guy also. If I execute this, I think you all and you can all can understand how it is working. If you are able to face because insert is happening means update will happen, right? Insert is happening means update will happen, and select. This is select. We're running it select, right? Console is maximizing. Okay. This is total list of record, object retrieved is 6. and all these ID 6116 is this is what we entered and we got that. If you come down, this is get person by ID. After that, fetching person by ID. So this is what that record got faced. Right? So this is, if you see, this is working after integrating Spring Hibernate. Now what I will do, I will uncomment the next part of the code and we will see next part of the code is what it is doing. Next part of the code is person to a great person by para. Right? We are getting person by parameter. What parameter we are getting the person? We are getting the person by parameter that is just setting male and age 40. Let me run it. See, the total list of object fetched is 1. That is this one. The same record I am only fetching by using different parameters. And male and 40. So if you go to database, you see only one will be 40 and male. That is the record which got recently created, in fast query. Now I'll comment this part. Next part is updating the person. Right? Next part is updating the person with the age 80. I'm updating the person with age 80. Right? Best using the ID, person ID. Oh, its execution is done. Let's go and see. See, the age 40 got updated to 80. Right? Now let's go back and revert it back to 40 again. Right? Revert it back to 40 again. Let's go and see in database query. See, it is 40 now, right? The 80 got changed to 40, reverted back, right? Now let's go and delete this record. That record which we created today, let's delete that record. That is the last CRUD operation, right? Create, retrieve, update, delete. This is the last operation. Yeah, deleted person ID this. Let's go and see. See here ABCD WXYZ 40. That 6166 record is no more there, right? 6166 record is no more there. It got deleted. So this is, after integrating, how fast the integration is happened. It's so quickly, right? We just remove one Hibernate class and we were it. See, in old days, we used to do, not I used to do, or our company, wherever I was working initially, we, all of the, the people, those who are at my level experience, those who started career, during my age, most of them might have used Spring JDBC template, Spring Hibernate template, or Spring Hibernate DO support. These are the classes which you need to, implement in the implement in DO classes, and they were actually providing the inbuilt functionalities. Hibernate template is deprecated a long time back. DO support also, I think, they got deprecated a long time back because Hibernate itself is providing lots of good features. So Spring doesn't want to have a wrapper around it. Spring will give it the session factory. Spring will handle the transaction management, and Hibernate will perform its work. So this is how it works, right? The record is also got deleted. So easy, when I started career in 2006, that time Hibernate was very young. Now Hibernate is very much matured. Spring is very much matured. Right? All this framework very much matured and very, gone through regressive testing, not only by the framework guys, but also in production. Correct? So these frameworks are used in production from long time till date. People are using Spring, Hibernate along with Java. If they have a database, RDBase integration. So this is how we created this main method. Now the next part is to create the service layer, right? And we need to create the service layer. I think I let me check if I have written there in my old project the service layer. Just get it here. I think I have written yesterday. While doing this for today's morning session. Yes, I have one person service. I have person service. I'll copy these classes here. The writing all this, again will create time. If someone wants to learn from me, uh, someone who wants to learn live from me, you can always comment me on YouTube video. You can always mail me, right, on my mail ID. You can always call me on my cell number, as well as you can always, message me on LinkedIn. So see, this is I person service and I person implementation. What all methods you need to have, I will tell you here, based on the requirement, based on that, I added it here. These are minimal requirement. These methods might come into picture, right? Get person list. I might require to search a list of person based on the search criteria or query parameters, right? And I also might need to fetch a particular person based on the ID. That's why I get person. Create person, I might need to create a record for a new person. So create person. Delete person. When you go for a citizenship database or any other database, they don't delete the record. When you say delete the person, what will do, they will mark that record as deleted. That person is when a person die, right? If you go to citizenship database like Aadhaar card or national ID program, when a person die, what they do, they mark that record as inactive or dead or deleted. Means that person is no more there. They don't delete actually from the database because this information need to be stored. These are called archived information, and this information need to be stored in database. For future requirement or for auditing. For many other activities can be done with the record where the person is no more on this earth. He's died, right? So that's how it is. So update. Update person is you want to update the address or something else for the person, not the age. Age cannot update, right? Once you create a person with certain attribute that cannot be updated, very rarely you need to update. Yeah, sometimes what happens, by mistake while creating citizenship record or a person record, age is someone entered, wrong. So you need to update age based on some documents, authentic document, which will specify the age is there. Right? Otherwise, person's biography information remains same in most of the places. Very rarely it changes, and in most of the places, what it changes his address or his or you add any educational qualification, job preference, or so many other attributes. But the basic set of biography information won't change until unless someone has entered wrong data or wrong information while creating the record. So this is what I created iPerson service, and this iPerson service is interface. Person service implements iPerson service. So what we will do here, we will inject the person DAO, right? We will inject the person DAO here. iPerson DAO, iPerson DAO, person DAO here, right? And this person DAO will be used here. Person DAO dot get person by parameters. We'll use that method here, and here we will pass such criteria. we'll sing this method later. Let's first do it. Add all these things which we needed. Here we will have only single record, right? Get person by ID. Here we will create person. Right? Person DAO dot create. Maybe we don't have create. We have save in DAO, right? So save. Right? And then here also it take the person, so we can add it to person here, right? In person, no, it takes the ID, I think string, right? String ID. But it takes person by ID. We'll see it. Now here in delete person, person DAO dot delete. We need to change this method. We need to change this person delete method to mark it as inactive record or something else. Let me go to person DAO. What is method we have here? At the end, we have a delete, right? Why it is not showing delete? I% DAO is not having delete here. Yeah, I% DAO is not having delete method. That's why it is not showing. So let me add this delete method to I% DAO. Right. So let's go back to service class. Yes. Delete. Delete. Then update. Here we'll call the update. So update method will work as it is because we have done that. I have added that accordingly. You know that okay. Currently I have only one table. I will create one more table. Uh, I will create one more table which will hold basically address. So the skeleton is almost we added little bit muscle to it, right? So the condition because this service class is no more only a method name. It has some method definition now. So we'll update this method definition with many other stuff. Let me do what is that update. Yeah, this is how it worked. Now this person do get parameter, right? What we are passing to the get param. We'll check I person do get person by param. We are only passing one person, right? It should not be one person. It should be different search criteria, right? So what we will do, we'll modify this method uh, based on this what I'm passing here, right? A map, which will hold the table column name, right? A map which will hold the table column name and the value based on which we are going to search. That is what I'm passing. So I will pass the same thing here in get person by param. Now you understood why we have a map here. The reason behind having map here is map can hold key value pair, right? So when I'm searching by a parameter, so let's say ID will be this or age will be this and the name should be this. So age will be the key of the map and name should be the value of the map. Sorry, age should be the key of the map and the actual age which will be searching. Like in this particular case, what we did or what I did in particular case, I was searching based on the age and based on the what is that push, what is that? Let me go to that particular place. Uh, yes, based on the gender and age, right? So gender will be the key and male will be the value. Age will be the key in map and photo will be the value, right? So we can pass both the column name and value together to write the query, right? So who can hold that? So map is the only collection object which is available which can hold both the things as a key value pair. So that is the reason I'm using map here. So Let me pass this guy here, such criteria. Right. So I pass it here, such criteria. Let's go to the DO service. Here we will have one error because it is not implementing that method. It will say, yeah, this is what here we have to change this parameter. Right? And what we are doing person dot get gender, right? Rather doing person dot get gender, what we will do, we will change this. Then equal to, we will use this search criteria here in this line number. If you see 71, it will search criteria dot get, and the key will be gender, and here age. So here also we'll do the same thing. Search criteria. Here what will pass? Will pass age. Right. So that's how it is, and this will get removed. Right. So this method is also modified. Here we still have the error with the next method, get person by ID. So let's go to the person DO, I person DO. What is we are passing? Get person by ID, string ID. It is taking string ID. That means I should only pass here ID. So here what we can do, son dot get ID. That's how we can do. See, here it is get person, right? It is get person. We can pass more parameter also, like ID, then something else. So ID is the unique one, right? If ID is not there, pass some other parameter to get this particular person object, right? So we will construct that it here, but now let's do this much only. Here what I will do, I will create this return type, make this proper method. Right? The person list is got created. Right? This is how we have to return back the person list here. Here it will send a single object, so person here, and return that person here. It is showing some error. Yeah, rename person. Oh, okay. The reason behind that input parameter is also person. This is also person, right? So let's make it per. Or person object, and we have to return that object. Yeah. So here in create person, we are calling save, and save is returning as null. Save is returning what? Save is returning to us. Let's see. It is returning null. Right? So currently let the person service like that. We will see what we can do later. Right? We will just return the same person object what we are getting. So we got the same person object now. Now we deleting the person, right? Again here we have to return the same person object. Okay, it is not returning anything. So let us do return the same of person object. Later we'll see what message we can return. We will change the method signature a little bit, right? I'll change the method signature a little bit. So here person do update. It is going to give me person object, right? So it is going to be person object and that person object updated, the updated person object. So our service, this service layer is also implementation is done. Now, once the service layer implementation is done, we need to create or we need to add this to the application context XML. Now, where it is added, see here, DO main, right? So let's have DAO, then below that we'll have that person service. I'll call one method from the it is been not person bin tag and then insert bin tag ID equal to person service equal to class and then edit and then bin injection property. So what it will inject? It will inject person DAO, right? Person DAO got injected, and here we will inject in the Hibernate main will inject, what is that? Person service. So that we can test from the main method. See person DO, person DO, main, everything is there. So here package name is missing. In class, let me add this dot service dot person service. This is how the configuration is done. Your person service will call main from main Hibernate will call person service, and person service will call person DO. Person DO will use session factory to insert the record. Right. Now let's go to this guy, and only one method will execute here. That is to see if it is able to insert. If it is able to insert, all other operation will work. We'll do insertion and we'll do retrieval to check. I'm going to do insertion and retrieve to check. Rather going to DB, I want to check if that record is uh, inserted. So first I will run as insert. But before that, we need to check all the certificates are in place. See, here we will no more need person DO in main Hibernate, right? It will be person service now. From now onward, it will be person service. That is I person service. Right? I person service, right? Now the certificate should get generated for this class, not for DO in this particular place. Not shift SR shortcut to generate certificate. Got generated. Now person service will use to insert. So person service, it will be create. It will be not save. Yes. Right? It is create person. So it will create a person record. Now everything is configured. Let's go to the service class and see this person DO injection is happening. Not person DO is there. So do we have setter getter? No. So let's generate the setter getter. Alt Shift S. Uh, Generate get person do set person do. Yes, generation is done. Now let's go to the main Hibernate and run it. Person services defined in class. This is invalid property person do of bin class com satya dot service person service bin property person do is not writable as invalid certain method due to she mean person do. So something is wrong. Let's see what is the wrong. The confusion ID value something might be wrong, right? Let's go and see in person service. Person DAO is small here. Let's see in application context XML what it is. Let me a little bit maximize this better, right? Yep. Hmm. See here it is capital. There I made it small. So let me make it smaller. There I will make it capital. DO is always capital. So we'll make it capital there. We'll generate it again. On save this, sir. As a, if you start coding in using Eclipse, you'll be able to do it easily. So I'll make it small to let the all other error go on. Now I will refactor it. Alt Shift S R capital A capital O. So all of them will get changed. Go to the method and there will be no error. So it's what change, right? Now again we'll cross verify the application context XML. Person du, capital. Fine. No issue. Now it should work. Yes. You see, this is main Hibernate. I'm running it now, right? We have only one method enabled, that is insert record. What is it saying? Person service, okay. Person service is showing some error. No, wow, no error is there. So let's see how if it is inserting the record now. Yes, entered save, right? So record is inserted. Let's go and see. Yes, record is inserted, right? 61, 66. Now let's go back and call here retrieve all using person service. Only one method I'll call, one more method, and then we'll end the session. And what we'll do, I'll continue or tomorrow or next session how to create a REST API and integrate with this particular thing. And slowly when we integrate the REST API and front end, all other operations will also get tested and it will show how it is working. So here also you have to put person service, get person list, right? In person list, what I'm passing because I've created a new parameter, right? Map string. So that's I have to test. That is the new all methods are as it is. This is the only method which I modified in DO layer or databases layer, right? Person DO. This method got modified by get person by param. Right? So created a map object. We're not calling retrieval, right? Retrieval is will be called by. I'm not calling retrieval here, right? I'm not calling retrieve here, retrieve all here. Okay, so let me go and fetch all that information here and comment out this method also, because this method is retrieve all. Coming down, coming down. Yes. So this method is retrieve all. So this method is retrieve all. Not use, no, not call this method. Put this here. And comment out this guy. No person service. Here, person service. Get person list. And this is taking map. See, so what he did, I added here, created here, right? Created the object of map. Now what we need to do, or if you want to do this is basically you want to set it here, dot put, such criteria dot put. So it will be male, gender, and these all constants will go to a constant file. Gender is male, that is great. And then as one more such criteria is basically age, right? And it is 40. So new person set age, these all are not required now. Here it will take such criteria. Right? So do I have a for loop there? Yes. So I'll copy that for loop also. If this works, then everything is working, because this is the only method which I changed in person du. And after this, we'll end the session. You know, end the session and we'll start again tomorrow or next session. Next session, I will show how to integrate REST API. This code I'll post, after some time to the Git, and this particular code will be the base of REST API. REST API will get integrated to this particular code. Yes, execution is done. Let's go and see. You should fetch only the newly created record. Yeah, get person by query by person by para. It has fetched that newly created record 161. This is 161. So now, if I play search by first name ABCD, I should get two record. So let's do that. Or if I search by ABCD, right? Only name ABCD, if it is working or not. Then by male, then by female, I will do that also and show you only by changing the parameter. Name ABC, it was first name. Let's comment out all of that. Okay, this will fail. This will fail because The query in person DAO is not dynamic. The query which is getting created in person DAO is not dynamic. We, this query need to be dynamic. It will search gender and age. It will not search. It will not search what? It will not search for the other parameters because I have not added it here. So what I should do, I should add other parameters, right? This will continue tomorrow by making this get person by param generic, and what we will do all what apart from that, I I'll show you how to create a REST API using Spring, and then the next session will be integrating REST API with this particular code base. Yeah. So this is how today's session. If you need any information, you can always, mail me, message me. You can always call me. I will definitely help you. So this is my information. This is my information. I'm sharing it on the screen. This is my information. I'm sharing it on the screen. You can always mail me on my mail ID satya.sahu@gmail.com. Always you can message me on my LinkedIn profile. You know, my LinkedIn ID is Satyananda Sahu. Always you can call me on my cell 9986488396, and you can always put comment on the video below the video, right? And I will definitely reply you. We can always have one-to-one session, live session, if you have any query, any concern, any clarification, or anything you want to learn from me. Thank you, everyone.